Hello everyone and welcome to the Refresh Step, where you recover yourself for the main step. I'm your host for today, tomorrow, and the foreseeable future, Theodore. Usually I will be with the hottest battler in the UK and admin of the Battle Spirits English Wiki, Ayumu Seiki, but today he is literally sick, so I got the next best thing.
What?
Okay, that
I'm the
sounds a
next
little
best
bad.
thing?
But you get how what I think since I ran out of idea, you probably can introduce yourself better.
Okay,
So,
I'm Nicholas from the Southern Islands.
mm-mm,
I don't think I'm the next best thing. I'm probably quite low down the rank of best thing when it comes to
mm-mm,
battle spirits. But you can usually find me at facebook.com/the
mm-mm,
Southern Islands, where we talk about competitive Pokemon trading card game
mm-mm,
in Southeast Asia, but specifically Singapore, Malaysia, and the Philippines.
mm. Why? Yeah, why? Now that you mention it, I was like quite questioning like that one time you guys said like this one podcast episode where you guys like, okay, so these are the best cards based on players in Singapore, Malaysia, and Philippines. I was like,
Okay. Oh
yeah,
yeah. Why specifically these three countries, right?
yeah.
Okay. Why not all of Southeast Asia?
Mm-mm.
Okay.
Well,
So the
mm-mm,
Pokemon TCG scene,
mm-mm,
well, for us lah specifically, we are under this um. So for Southeast Asia, we are under we're under the Pokemon company Japan.
mm-mm,
Okay, so I think what just clear the air first. There are two different Pokemon companies.
mm-mm,
Most people don't know that. So
mm-mm,
there's the Pokemon company Japan,
mm-mm,
from Japan,
mm-mm.
and there's the Pokemon company International. So
Okay.
we'll call one of them TPC,
Mm-mm.
and we'll call the other one TPCI.
Yeah.
So a long time when I first started playing Pokemon cards. Okay, this is just a small, short TLDR history lesson. Hopefully not too long.
Mm-mm,
When I started playing cards, our Southeast Asia region was
mm-mm,
under TPCI. So we
mm-mm.
were playing under the Oceania banner. So
Okay.
let's say our league system, okay,
Mm-mm,
for qualifying for Worlds, we shared it together with all of our Southeast Asia brothers and sisters,
mm-mm,
plus Australia and New Zealand.
mm-mm.
Okay.
Yep.
Then the pandemic happened.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
So not just the pandemic happened,
Mm-mm.
but somehow or rather, Indonesia suddenly got their own language
Yes.
of Pokemon cards. Yes, which I'm
Yeah.
sure you're very familiar with. Thailand
Yeah.
had their own language as well.
Yep.
Also, Hong Kong and Taiwan had got their own language as well.
Mm-mm.
So suddenly they broke away from the TPCI family and have
Mm-mm.
their own like system,
Mm-mm.
which is under the purview of TPC, but like not really TPC. Okay,
Mm-mm.
anyway, so during the pandemic, somehow the remaining countries under Southeast Asia, which was Malaysia, Philippines, and Singapore,
Mm-mm.
we somehow we got readopted. Like our parents didn't want us anymore, so they
Mm-mm.
passed us to some other parents.
Uh-uh.
They passed us to turns out that we don't want you anymore.
Oh
So
no.
we became under TPC Japan.
Mm-mm.
Um, but like directly under. So the reason why the three of us are bunched together is because we are under Maxoff.
Mm-mm.
The Maxoff, the distributing company. Some of you may have heard Maxoff as the distributing company that sells a Nintendo Switch. I think a
Mm.
lot of people know them. They sell a Nintendo Switch, but they also distribute the Pokemon cards here in our region. So
Mm-mm.
they have rights to distribute the English cards in Malaysia, Singapore, and Philippines and Hong
Mm-mm.
Kong.
Oh.
So they also run the tournament circuits here. That's why we are separate from them. So Indonesia also is under TPC, but then I think the holding company that has the rights to sell the Indonesian cards, they are running the tournament under the
Mm-mm.
purview of TPC.
Mm-mm.
Same with Thailand as well. I think
Mm.
the one that runs the stuff in Indonesia, I think they this major company like PT. I mean, they're all called PT, but like I know there are some like super major conglomerate or something like that.
Mm-mm. Oh yeah. The Indonesian
Okay,
was like, yeah, it's basically like just a normal conglomerate and then suddenly they just have Pokemon.
yeah,
Yeah.
exactly, right. So that's why. So that's why my channel is focused on these three regions lah, because we are all under the same boss. That's why I like put it together. Also, one other weird reason, our cards. I mean, we are under TPC, but our cards come from TPCI.
Okay.
So that's another weird thing that only our region has. So for the longest time, since our tournament circuit restarted after COVID, we don't have any promotional cards.
Oh, oh my goodness.
Okay, because how are TPC? As I say, they are not the same. They're like two brothers that don't talk to each other. TPC and TPCI. So we had no promo cards for a whole tournament circuit. I think like nearly 2 years. Our upcoming tournaments, the upcoming national tournaments, we are having our own promo cards for the first time. First ever time. But it's not really like anything special. Not anything special. It's just like a regular trainer card. They put the logo there. They put like the logo of the championships. But it's better than nothing.
Exactly.
And it's an important promo card. It's an important trainer card. It's it's as good. It's Ultra Ball, okay? So it's as good as every white deck having Ultimate Shield. It's like giving an Ultimate Shield.
But no, it's an ultra ball. Yeah, I think the one that I used previously is a great ball. But yeah.
Yes. So the difference is that in our Asian circuit, run by TPC, we all get the same kind of prizes. So it's this like playmat that only our region has, and there's this like plaque where they put like the promo card in the middle. So for Indonesia, Thailand, and Hong Kong, Taiwan, they follow Japan. I think Japan or their own region, but it's like for their championship, for their national championship, they got this really nice EV, like really nice EV artwork. It's very nice. And then for Earth, we get the Ultra Ball, so not as great, but I would take the Ultra Ball over like for the past few tournaments, all we get was this random pack of random cards. Like I think Max off like open a bunch of cases, and then just put in a bunch of like random rare and like random trainer inside the pack, and just gives it out as like the entry pack.
Yeah.
Okay. Before I end my gabbling about Pokemon, I think one more big difference about TPC and TPCI is that in TPCI, yes, TPCI is like controls the whole system, but it's like they like sublet the like third party organizers to host the tournament, which means that so they're also free to charge an entry fee for you to join said tournament. Like in Germany, for example, as well. But here in this region, all the tournaments are free.
Okay.
But there's also it's all free. But like if you're lucky to get in the tournament, because exactly following Japan, we have a lottery system where see if you're lucky to enter a tournament or not. If you're not lucky, then goodbye. Like for the regular monthly, we call it a town league lah. So that's the lowest denominator of a tournament, which earns you 200 or 250 points. I can't remember what. It's very, very low. I have never joined a single town league this whole season because I think 6 times I've tried to join. I've only managed to get in once, and then one time I managed to get in. My wife said we have to go back to Malaysia to do something. So. Yeah, so the point system is another big difference thing, but we can go into that later. So back to you. So I went on a big ramble about Pokemon for like a long while.
Yeah. Actually, I was only curious because like when we are talking about region, right? I mean like Singapore, Indonesia, Malaysia, we are like the 3 inseparable siblings that just like to fight with each other. But like when we are talking to the rest of the world, it's like we are the most buddy. Like no.
Yeah, we are one gang. Sorry to hear one gang.
Yeah. We are like the inseparable gang. Like why suddenly you guys put us away for Philippines? It's like no. Why?
I know, right? Yeah. I for when when I started playing, right, I really love like traveling to Indonesia to play Pokemon cards, and then now that can't do that anymore. So also the another bad thing about TPC compared to TPCI, during TPCI's way, right, because it's the whole umbrella under TPCI, we could just travel to different countries to play their events, and we'll still earn points. For other TPC circuit, you are only allowed to play in the country that you officially reside in. Like you have like an official like residence card or what, or you are citizen of that country, then you can play the tournament. Otherwise, you are not allowed.
Typical like.
There's good and bad. There's good and bad. So like for example, like countries like Philippines can like send can finally get like 4 players qualifying for Worlds or something like that. So like previously only like there was only 1 or 2 like really good players who travel out to play, but now you can get 4 people to play. So that's like one big difference.
Yeah, actually
But
that's
like
fair.
but we can say that's fair, but then like so many great players in Malaysia, Singapore, and Indonesia now don't get the chance to play because like there's only such limited like people to qualify. They qualify to Worlds.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean like you are always welcome in Indonesia.
Hey,
Yay.
I heard stories that Indonesia is slightly different. I heard that as long as you have an Indonesian deck, you can somehow play. Well, I want to see someone who is not Indonesian actually win the nationals to see what happens. So I don't know. I don't think that's set in stone, but I believe that they won't allow a non-Indonesian to compete lah. Anyway, I don't know. That was like I heard that like last year lah. I don't know whether that's true or not lah.
Well,
Battle
I
Spirits
mean,
not the same, right? I mean, Battle Spirits. I could go to Indonesia and play, right?
technically you can. I don't know if I think World of Cards kind of like you can play, but I don't know about winning. That's another story.
I mean, has anyone actually like anyone from another country won another country's nationals in Battle Spirits before?
I mean, Wilson is technically the Singaporean champion. He won. Did you know that fuck up actually? So basically, Wilson won in Malaysia.
Yeah.
And then basically they have like this kind of to replace like the World Championship. They have like this kind of Asia exhibition tournament.
Okay, so he represented Malaysia.
Yeah, he was supposed to represent Malaysia, but so during like they have like this movie which shows like all the champions from various countries, and then everyone was correct, and then when it's Wilson's turn, it's like Singapore champion. Whoa.
Hey?
He has invaded.
Huh?
He has invaded, successfully infiltrated the Singaporean ranks. Yeah.
Incredible.
So that's what happened actually. But yeah, I mean, like back to Pokemon. I mean, like I think I heard something about why like Indonesia and Thailand like has their own version. Like I was quite surprised that actually like Singapore and Malaysia get to keep the English cards, because what I heard is basically the deal between TPCI and TPC is basically TPC can handle the Asia region, like the Southeast Asia region, but they kind of have to do it with the local language. So if the local language is English, which Philippines and Singapore, which is the case for Singapore and Philippines, then they cannot get in. But if it's Thailand, Malaysia, Thailand, Indonesia, Hong Kong, they have their own local language, so they can kind of get in, but they have to distribute it in that language, basically.
Yeah, that's a weird thing, right? It's like one parent telling the other parent, I don't want these people anymore, you know. So you take over.
Yeah.
Oh,
and
but then I still have to supply cards for like a few of your children because they can't read the language that you print, which is so weird.
No, right.
For me, it's just like really weird. I feel like we're in this limbo place that we are not really wanted by either side, but you know, we just have to handle it anyway. I mean, at least our card game side is not as bad as the video game side. The video game side is having like a huge drama right now.
Oh, Spicy.
Yeah, that one very bad. That's like super terrible, the system for VGC. When I see that have the drama happening there, I'm like, okay lah, at least TCG not that bad lah, I guess lah.
For
Have you
now.
heard? Have you heard about happening in the video game side?
Oh no. Yeah,
Okay, so
I want to hear that.
yeah, okay, you wanna hear? We can go that. We can go into that later if you want. We can focus on
Okay.
TCG first.
Very well.
Yeah.
And then actually I remember that one year you actually became like the Singapore champion, right? At one point.
Hey, wow,
Yeah.
you remember something? Hey, okay.
Of course.
To clarify, that was the pandemic era. Okay. We
Okay.
were all playing. We were all forced to play online.
Mm-mm.
Okay.
Okay.
Many players. I think many of the best players. Okay, let's be very clear. Many of the best players didn't want to play online. They felt it was too in my language I would say mafan lah, like very you know how's mafan? What's mafan? Like
Mapan. Oh my
like
goodness.
troublesome.
Okay.
It's very troublesome to set up the camera and all that. But
Yeah.
thanks
Yeah.
to
Okay.
but thanks to you, I've
Yay.
already know how to set up the camera all because of Battle Spirits.
Yes.
So for me, it was just second nature to set up the tournament. So I wouldn't say there were a lot of like great. Okay, there are a few good players, but thankfully I beat them all and became the. Wouldn't say a national championship. So that one was I was the Singapore ESL champion because that tournament was run by ESL, the esports company.
Yeah.
It's an official tournament though. So I won, and I won the Singapore the ESL championships, and together with two more guys who were second and third. We represented Singapore to play against the rest of Asia. That was very fun, and I wonder why we can't do that again. It's like I don't understand. No TPC, Pokemon company keeps posting like their results of how profitable they are in the past few years. What's like flying three guys over to like a certain country to play? I heard that Japan and Korea have like these like official friendly match, where the top three or top four of Korea fight like the top three, top four of Japan. So I think that was where this was inspired by, because thanks to the ESL, I got to know like people from other countries as well. And then I got to know the Korean guy because I got to know the Korean guy because he reached out to me. There was this whole like fiasco during the tournament as well. We were still like in that transition between TPC and TPCI and TPC, and tournaments weren't started yet, so we don't know what formats you were to follow. Like our cards come from US, but then we're under TPC, and TPC cards, their cards usually come like 3 months faster, so they're in a format ahead of us usually, right?
Yeah.
And then there's this whole drama. I think let's spill the beans. Let's spill the beans on the ESL drama. The reason I know this guy was because that there was this certain Pokemon card, right? In TPC printed regions, that card is very expensive.
Okay.
Like a couple of $100 for one piece, and you need 4 for the deck. You need 4 for the deck. But in TPCI, they put the card in the set as a common card.
Oh, okay.
They took the promo card and put it as a common card, which cost like a couple of cents.
Yeah.
So I think that the Korean guy said that it was very difficult to obtain this card, especially during the pandemic. So please ban it. And they agreed. So yeah, the deck that I was planning to play, that card is a very key card of the deck. Yeah. Also, we had to play a format. We had to adjust our decks to fit the TPC format, which we've never played before.
Yeah, that's
so
troublesome.
Incredibly, we won the first round, but we lost the second round because we ultimately were not familiar with this like new format that we've never played before in our entire lives.
Yeah. I mean, like that's a little bit can be helped now that, because I think like most of the country that has Pokemon, then they will have their own format basically, right?
Okay. So now things have been like since the ESL, things have changed a little bit. If you were to like see a Pokemon card in your hand, on the bottom left there's a letter.
Mm-mm.
Okay. So since this year, this January, in fact, everyone has been following this like letter rotation. So now, wow, what is the current letter? Suddenly, I can't remember what's the current letter. I think it's G.
Okay.
I think it's G. Let me just open like a certain card. Let's see. Tinglu EX. Tinglu EX. 'Cause I like the name Tinglu. Tinglu EX is G, right? So currently we allow cards that are E, F, D, E, F, G, and beyond. Yeah. So now everybody's following the same system, somewhat. So like I think the TPC region started the EFG in January, and then the rest of the world TPCI regions follow. TPCI regions plus Malaysia, Singapore, Philippines. So we've confirmed that we follow because our cards come from TPCI, so we just follow their standard.
Yeah. Of course.
Yeah. So ours started in like February. So not that much different from last time. Last time was like there's usually like a 6-month gap.
Yeah.
Now it's like not
That's a little bit
okay.
too much.
Here's the weird thing, for people who don't play Pokemon. The World Championships are hosted by TPCI.
Okay.
So usually by TPCI time, when the World comes around, Japan's usually one set ahead. Japan, Indonesia, all one set ahead. But everybody has to revert to playing TPCI's format.
Oh my goodness.
Because it's TPCI one. Hosted tournament, one. Again, different battles that don't really talk to each other.
Yeah. Thank goodness, like Battle Spirits, the Battle Spirit Saga is basically just a twin that got cut off before and then got kept in a sealed vault somewhere.
Oh, that's true. Actually, if you think about it, right, I think BSS, now that we're talking about Pokemon like this, more I feel like BSS is a good idea in like making it a different game.
Yeah.
The same game, but not really the same game.
Yeah.
At least it's quite clear the distinction, It's quite clear the distinction now. But like when you see Pokemon, like people be asking, as a new player, right? Let's say I bought some cards from Japan, so I'm like, oh my god, wow, people still play Pokemon cards. Wow, so nice. That I bring my Pokemon card, my Japanese cards. I come to the card shop. Hey, can I play Pokemon cards? And then the shop guy see, why you got Japanese card? Japanese card not allowed. People like, then he confused. Huh? Is all Pokemon card the same? No, I cannot.
Yeah.
I blur. You can't even play, like you can't mix languages as well. So that's another weird thing.
But I guess you can mix like the English and German, right? Like because they are both
okay.
TPCI.
Yeah. So in TPCI regions, the rule is that you can mix languages from the region, from like the same like region. Okay. So if you're a European, this is different. If you're a European from the EU, you can mix any of the EU languages. So they're the most advantageous. Your deck can have English card, German card, French card, whatever like EU language there is, Spanish card, you can all put inside. But let's say if you're from Latin America, so like from Brazil or what, you can only play with Spanish and English card.
I see.
So there's a difference. Or if you're in Canada, you can only play with English and French. So that's how TPCI does it. So last time when we were under TPCI, we could only use English.
I see.
Yeah. So that's the other big difference there.
Yeah. But that brings the question back to Malaysia. Because technically,
why doesn't Malaysia have their own like card language, right? I also wonder that every day. Why? I think there's no big company that's stepping up to take over.
Yeah,
maybe.
I mean like they also to some extent, I think if they use like the Indonesian card, they would somewhat understand, right? I mean like the text that are used in the TCG is not like common Indonesian language anyway, so it's like probably they will understand.
Yeah, I understand, and I know a number of Malays, right? Not just in Malaysia, but in Singapore as well, who buy Indonesian cards to collect because they understand the cards.
Yeah.
Okay, Singapore. Let's not say Singapore. I think majority people speak English. the Chinese people here can't speak Malay. Semua tak boleh cakap. But in Malaysia, yeah, I think Malaysia everyone can speak Malay. I'm just very. I think there's one thing I'm very curious about. Like, why doesn't Malaysia have their own language?
Yeah. Because again,
Someone
like,
should step up. Someone who listens to me, fresh step. If you are like freaking rich, right, loaded with money, go and get the license.
Yeah.
It's gonna like I think print free money.
Or like, I forgot who is the Indonesian company, but yeah, if you guys somehow listen to this, yeah, there's a business opportunity to be had. You guys can go to Malaysia, and also actually,
Okay, yeah.
Technically, this official language in Singapore is also Bahasa Melayu, isn't it?
Yeah. But no one can speak it. So
yeah.
Like as I understand, as a future Singaporean, cross fingers, I hope. People here when they are young, right? They learn their mother tongue. They don't learn like in Malaysia, everybody learns Malay. If you go to a national government school, everybody learns Malay. But in here, this country, what I've learned is that you learn your mother tongue. So if you're Chinese, you learn Mandarin. If you're Malay, you learn Malay. If you are Indian, you learn Tamil. Like if you want to learn a different language, that's like an elective. So it's so like a lot of new generation, like I would say like millennials to Gen Z especially, they don't understand Malay at all. The older ones do, but the current generation all totally cannot understand. Also saying that, right, I think that even Malays in Singapore speak English more than speak Malay. So there's that lah. I don't think that another language should work here. If anything, maybe Mandarin, because I know China has their own language now as well. So if anything, Mandarin. I think that there are a lot of Chinese speakers here, the majority. But like then you are like ostracizing the Malays and Indians lah, because they can't speak Chinese. Or me, who can't speak Chinese either. So there's that lah.
True.
Yeah, there is a. I know. Legally, they cannot sell the Indonesian cards in Malaysia. But what if they just made a Malaysian language version of the card?
Yeah.
Hands up, yeah. I think that's a great opportunity there. They could just sell the card in 7-Eleven or KK Mart, and everybody would just be like buying it like that.
Yeah, because I mean, like even Vanguard like now has like the bahasa, which is like bahasa is not a language, right? Bahasa is the word for language.
Yeah.
So like
exactly.
Bahasa which bahasa are you referring to? Yeah, so it's like so like now even Vanguard has like now in Indonesia, like if you want to play Vanguard in Indonesia, this is like the most confusing times kind of, because you have the English, you have the Japanese, and then you have the bahasa version.
So when you say bahasa, is it also sold in Malaysia?
Yeah, it's also, so it is sold by so I think the company that brought forth like the bahasa version of Vanguard is actually a Malaysian company. And then it was pushed for the region of Malaysia, Indonesia, and Brunei Darussalam.
Hey!
Yeah. So like the first time Brunei is being invited to the party finally.
Hey, oh yeah, speaking of Brunei is another like sad country. They don't know what they're doing. I mean, they have like I don't think they have like I don't know who's their distributor, because when a couple of months back last year, Brunei, someone from Brunei came up to me and asked me how to start tournaments. And I told him that you should contact a distributor, and he said there's no distributor.
What? So how?
Yeah, and then so I thought that okay, maybe they're still under TPCI. So I went to check TPCI's website too, because in TPCI they just removed all the Southeast Asian countries. And there was that like have their own tournaments that under TPC, but turns out they also removed Brunei. So Brunei is in an even worse position than all of us, in that they have no one in charge of any of their tournaments, and they have no distributor. They have no official support for Pokemon whatsoever.
Damn.
Oh, that's very sad. But they can play Vanguard also.
Yeah.
Hey, can you mix languages in Vanguard?
Technically, if it's like the official tournament, then you cannot. Also because I think it's a little bit more uniform now, but like when I still play Vanguard, back in my days,
Back in my
back in
day.
my days, like the card stock for the Japanese and the English version is very different. So like if you are really intending to play unfairly, you can kind of tell like which card is English, which card is Japanese because the thickness is different, especially like the foil
Oh,
cards.
okay.
Yeah. So yeah,
And that's actually the same for English and Japan Pokemon cards as well.
yeah.
Like cards printed by TPCI and cards printed by TPC Japan.
Mm-mm.
You can tell that you can actually like if you flick the cards, you can really tell there's a difference in the material.
Mm-mm. Yeah, I think
But
the Western card I find like they kind of wanted to make the card a little bit thinner but more flexible because people like to rifle shuffle more. It's like in because they want to do this that shuffle that this if you use like the normal like trump cards like
yeah,
and then you
yeah,
they just
the kind of like the
yeah,
finger
it's
thing, the
like
blah, yeah.
fuck. Yeah, it was like because I came from Battle Spirits, which the card is very thick, so you cannot do it with Battle Spirits card, right? And then I saw people in Saga, like Saga, the card is much thinner, so it's like some people are actually doing that. I was like, what, what are you doing to
Wow.
your cards? No, this. So yeah, if I mean like when I come to Germany, I finally know why people like why when you sell cards there's near men and there is plate. Now I know.
Yeah, yeah. Not like where we used to come where like we all just table shuffle and then put
Yeah.
the two layer Steve deck.
Mm-mm. Yeah, like we are like always 2 layers. We shuffle everything as smooth as we can. Like even if we do rifle, we do like those kind of rifle like in which we
Like the
just
hand, yeah, hand to
yeah.
hand, put it in, not
Mm-mm.
with the
Yeah, it's
fingers.
like crack. So, no. It can be a bit yes. Like yeah, I think like actually like my first time playing Vanguard, I used my friend's deck and then I was like, why all the cards are a little bit bent? And then I finished the tournament. I returned the deck and then he was playing with his friend and it was like crack. Oh, so that's why.
Yeah, everything makes sense.
Everything made sense now. And yeah, that's probably also why they made the English cards a little bit thinner because they know that
They
the
also make
market wants
Pokemon
that.
size, right?
Yeah.
They
Yeah,
also
yeah,
like big Pokemon size, which is like so funny to me.
yeah. Mm-mm. Yeah, it's a little
Also,
bit.
I always wonder why the life, why is the in on the official playmat, why
Mm-mm.
is the life above the burst?
Yeah, that's also something that I need to get used to. Like,
I'm like, why is it up there? Yeah, judge, tell me why.
uh,
Tell me why the life bar is up there.
yeah, I don't know. Like, but I guess after I started playing, maybe because like, but like the Japanese battle spirits now, it kind of made sense because we are pretty heavy on the back, so we have lots of nexus, we have lots of stuff and then we have the open zone as well. So it kind
Yep.
of made sense to put it like way in front because there's not much things happening there unless you have lots of spirit, which probably happens later anyway. But in
Mm.
BSS, I think there's not much Nexus action yet. So it's like you are going to be more heavily placing your cards on the in front. So it's slightly helpful for now, but later probably it's going to be the same. So yeah, I don't know.
Oh, okay,
it,
okay.
it,
Yeah,
it,
yeah,
it is
I
it is
noticed
not
that.
part of my judge education, okay? Part of
Yeah,
my judge
I
education is
noticed that.
yeah, but part of my judge
I,
education
I
is they
yeah.
just give me like a stack of documents like all good German company do.
Oh,
Just give me
really?
yeah, I like basically like when I was judging,
Yep.
we were so the as you said like pretty similar to Pokemon, like the tournament organizer is a third party that is appointed by
Yep.
Bandai. Uh and they were really nice people as well. But the funny thing is, basically because it's a German company and I resided
Yep.
in Germany,
Yep.
so if you are a judge from other European country, then you can after so how they pay you is after the tournament you have to give them like an invoice and then they will transfer things to you. But because I reside in
Wait, they
Germany,
pay you money?
yeah, yes,
Wow. Okay.
they
Okay. We'll
didn't.
go into that after this. Okay. With judges in Pokemon don't get paid.
Oh, I see.
Not in cash. I mean, they get paid. Okay, we'll go to that. We'll go to that after you. Tell me more about this.
Okay.
Like you getting paid.
Yeah, so basically because I resided in Germany, so I have to be officially employed for them for like 3 days.
Oh
And then,
wow,
yeah.
like a 3-day contract, is it?
Yeah, so I have to print the contract, and then because this is Germany, I have to send the physical contract by mail.
Wow.
Yes.
I still can't believe that they actually pay you.
Yes.
Is it like, okay, I'm not sure if we should reveal it on the refresh tab, but
Mm-mm.
is it like a healthy sum? Do you feel like it's worth it?
Yeah, I mean, like, I think it's also kind of needed because battle for Saga, one of the main attraction is you can get prize money if you get to the top cut.
Oh,
So
that's
it's
true.
kind
So
of, yeah.
Ayumu won a lot of money, right?
Oh yeah, he basically won like two, like in Europe it's basically 2 months salary, which is
What the freaking rich guy?
yeah.
What the?
You
All
know,
these pro players of the Battle
I
Spirits
know,
Club.
right? So yeah, I think like by European standard, I guess I get like one. Yeah, I mean like I get like 2 day salary.
Wow!
So yeah, which is
For,
still
for,
nice,
like,
right?
for like judging 2 days.
Yeah,
Wow!
which
Wow,
is
that's
still
crazy.
nice.
I want to
Yeah,
be a Battle Spirit Saga judge.
yeah, come here. I mean like even it's really good if you come here now because I think some cities also gives you incentive like free schooling for your children. For example, you just have to learn German now.
Okay, so you're gonna give me a job too, right?
Yeah, that one I can't give you yet because I am also looking for one.
No, after you make the Battle Spirits Club into a company, right?
Mm-mm.
Then you can hire me.
Yeah, then we have to get more viewers to the refresh tab first.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but yeah, so if I were to move there, right, then I could
Mm-mm.
play under the German, as in the TPCI system, which is
Mm-mm.
miles away ahead of
Mm-mm.
TPC's qualification system.
Mm-mm.
Let's talk about that a bit. Okay, how
Okay.
to qualify to Worlds, right?
Yeah.
Both TPCI and TPC have a different way to qualify to Worlds.
Mm-mm.
So in the TPC, which is our Southeast Asia region,
Mm-mm.
we have to finish in the top 4 of our own country's rankings.
Mm-mm. Okay.
The rankings to get into to get up to climb the rankings, you need to earn this thing called CSP.
Mm-mm.
They're called championship points. Both sides call
Mm-mm.
it championship points, but in TPC they call it CSP, and in TPCI they call it CP.
Mm-mm.
They just use the S. So there are different like levels of tournaments. There's the town league, which is the lowest level. Happens like 2 or 3 times a month.
Mm-mm.
Then there is the regional league that happens twice or 3 times a year, depending on the country. Then there is the nationals, which happens once a year. So each tournament rewards different number of points. So the one who gets into the top 4 will qualify to Worlds. But wait.
Okay.
There is technically sort of a fifth spot.
Mm-mm.
If you were to win the national championships,
Mm-mm.
you can get in Worlds, right?
Mm-mm.
There is a day 1 and day 2 before top cut.
Okay.
Okay, so the day 1 has the most amount of players, and there are players who get like really good like top ranking players who get a buy straight into day 2, so they skip the day 1 9 round 1,000 over players grind. So
Damn.
the nationals winner for each country
Mm-mm.
gets that day 2 jump
Mm-mm.
plus free flight to Japan, free flight accommodation to Japan. I mean, it's in
Oh.
Japan because this year's Worlds is happening in Japan lah. So for the first time.
Yeah.
So yeah, if the player
Mm-mm.
if the player who won the championships of your national tournament, okay, I'm only speaking for Malaysia, Singapore, and Philippines because that's what I'm the one I'm inside this tournament system, so I know this one the most.
Mm-mm.
If the winner of like the Singapore championships is not currently in the top 4 because you also earn CSP for winning the championships.
Mm-mm.
He will be the 5th person to go to Worlds.
Oh.
But if that person is in the top 4, then only 4 people go to Worlds. such a very stupid and silly convoluting system that's confusing everyone. What I didn't like about this was that we in an interview with Microsoft last year before the new tournament season started, I asked about this question because I knew this might come up, and we were informed that that person would be removed from the top 4 rankings, and the 5th place person will take his place. But now that's not the case. After 1 year, and as usual, Japanese style, they just flippy floppy change. If I change the decision, you can't do anything about it because I'm Japanese. Therefore, now you also know Japan, how Japan is So for Malaysia, Singapore, and Philippines, top 4. I think the Philippines winner is not in the top 4. I think so. I'm not certain. Don't quote me on that. Because the Philippines national happened 2 weeks ago. I think their winner was in the top 4. So 5 people are going.
Okay.
So the Malaysia one is happening today. I'm not playing the Malaysia one because I believe I want to be Singaporean. The Singapore one is happening next week. So let's see what happens. But that's how World Qualification goes. Also, because it's Japan, the numbers are very inflated. 250 CSP is the town league. You win a town league, you get 250 CSP. But the winner of the regional, I think it's like 1,500 CSP.
Okay.
Yeah, so the numbers are very inflated. It's in the thousands. The top 4 people are in the thousands.
Damn.
And the thing is that it doesn't really reward, for me personally, it doesn't really reward consistency. So let's say I never play a single town league, right? But then I just suddenly played one regional and I got first. I just jumped into the top 4.
Ooh, yeah, that's a little bit tough.
Right? Because you only earn like 250 CSP. Plus, don't forget the fact that you have to ballot to join the tournament. If you don't make it in, then how are you going to get enough points? So there's that as well. So what if a person there could be like a person who consistently gets into town leagues and then consistently gets points. There could also be a person who goes to town league every time and doesn't get any points. Or what if this guy won a regional, right? So he's the head in points, but then the second place guy is maybe like 500 CSP behind him, gets into like 2 town leagues and then like ties with him or jumps over him. What then, So that's just like a lot of like I don't think I wouldn't say positive, but as an Asian, I would say, or at least we have a tournament system lah. Okay lah. So in TPCI regions like yourself in Germany, every country is divided into different zones. So the Oceania region still exists, but only 2 countries are in it. So taking all of Southeast Asia. So each of these countries have a different threshold of TP to qualify the Worlds. As long as you pass this TP threshold, you qualify.
Okay.
There's a ranking system, but that's separate. So the ranking system is depending on the region, the zone, the top 4 or top 8 players get a stipend, as in a free trip to Worlds.
Oh yeah.
And also to like all the other major international tournaments. So there are 4 international tournaments around the world as well. So they also get a stipend to go and play in those tournaments. Like the Pokémon Cup International will give you money, or they will help you arrange your flight and accommodation. But that's great. But the world qualification is separate. So as long as you reach a certain threshold, like I think in Oceania is 200 TP, and then in Europe I think it's 300. I'm not exactly certain, but like if you play the lowest denominator tournament in TPCI, which is a league challenge, you earn 15 CP. The second highest league challenge, league cup, you earn 50 CP, and after that is the SPE/regional. I think for that you earn like 500.
That's like 10 times.
So but because for that tournament, there's like thousands of players be playing. But for like league challenge, I think it's only like 15 players. That's like the difference. But okay, think about it this way, So if I had enough money, right, and I really wanted to go to Worlds, I could just I play decently, okay? I'm not a top player, but I'm consistent, I can get top 32, top 16 very often. I would qualify the Worlds by just playing all the League Cup and like the joining the regional championships, joining the special events. As long as I get like top 16, top 32, even top 64 with enough players, right? I would qualify to Worlds after like depending like maybe 5-6 tournaments. If I do like okay well, if I do even better, I will just qualify immediately.
Okay.
Yeah, so there's no cap. You know, as long as you got enough points, you can qualify. So like, you know, a whole like usually the Worlds would be in the US lah, right? Previously the Worlds were always in US. So like you would see thousands of Americans playing. Imagine thousands of Americans joining in. And then there's like these 4 fellas from Malaysia, 4 fellas from Singapore, and 4 fellas from the Philippines. And I believe 4 fellas from Indonesia as well. I don't know 4 or 8, I'm not sure.
Equality.
But yeah.
Continue.
Okay, so now, so the TPC's like weirdo system also happens in Japan. Japan's even worse. Japan's Japan's big tournaments are like thousands of players and also have to ballot. Okay, I would like to quote my local game shop boss, Goodness Gracious Games. He has a fantastic analogy of why Japan has like hundreds of players can go to Worlds, but like only Malaysia, Singapore, Philippines, Indonesia, which is under them, only get 4 players. Okay, let me explain. Imagine you are at a wedding, right? You are hosting your wedding. Okay, you're inviting guests.
Yeah.
Okay, of course you want to invite your good friends to go, right? So you call all your friends and your family. You are forced to invite, ma. So of course I invite all your family join, but you're not so close to like your school friends. Maybe you know like 1 or 2 school friends only. So you invite like 2 or 3 of them, no? And then like your mom said that hey, have to invite like don't know what friend from the company or what their company. So you invite 2 or 3 of them lah. So Malaysia, Singapore, and Philippines are the people that you don't really want to invite for the wedding, but you have to invite anyway. Therefore, that's why I only got like 20 people only.
Oh my god.
That's a fantastic. When I heard the analogy, I was like, yeah, that's perfect. That's exactly what we are. We are the unwanted guests that are forced to be invited, but you know, we only get like so little space.
Yeah, that too. Yeah, I kind of understand because yeah, I was like yeah.
Oh yeah, I just want to say that TPCI doesn't discriminate. You know, you being Indonesian, residing in Germany, you can just sign up for an account, put under Germany, and play. I have a friend, Malaysian, who's working in Ireland right now with his wife.
Yeah.
Also playing under the Ireland, like playing under the Ireland flag. So there's no discrimination there.
Well, I mean, technically, I'm a German BSS athlete. Technically.
No, true. Technically, you are German.
I mean, like,
but yeah.
You know the funny thing about the last BSS Grand Open that the one that Ayumu won.
Yeah.
Like we have a total of 8 judges.
Okay.
We have total of 8 judges. Only one of the 8 judges do remember that this event happens in Germany. Only one of the 8 judges speaks really fluent German, and it's not
crap.
me.
Oh crap!
And it's not me.
English.
Yeah. Like so one of the judges is from Austria, so of course their language is also German. So yeah, thank you, Kubia. Thank you for handling everything. But yeah, basically that's the case. But technically, I'm still a German judge. Yeah, I mean like legally.
Ah, you can speak German too.
Yeah, ein bisschen. Yeah, but do you know like my Japanese kind of suck. I mean, my Japanese only like conversational level and maybe a slightly under a 5 years old kid.
Your Japanese, right, is better than at least 3/4 of people who actually play Japanese card games, I think, in the world.
Maybe. I mean, like Yeah, I think lots of people like when they actually compliment my Japanese, the only thing that they find a little bit possible is basically only my pronunciation. Probably from all the stress that I got from trying to learn Mandarin and always failing. Yeah.
That's why I
Yeah,
cannot learn Chinese. I always get
yeah.
scolded for
Cannot,
pronunciation. For
cannot,
some
cannot.
reason, my pronunciation of an umbrella comes like ghost or something like that. I don't know.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
I know 我喜欢冰淇淋.
Oh yeah, of course. That is the thing.
Everyone knows that. Yeah,
Yeah,
I also
yeah,
learned.
yeah. But yeah, I was like, oh yeah, and then I guess like for Pokemon you don't really, I mean like you get a stipend to go to the worlds, right? I think like the catch with the PSS, if you got to the top 32, then you will get an invite to. So basically, how you qualify for the world tournament is
Yeah.
basically you join a Grand Open, and then
Okay.
if you got a top 32 in the Grand Open, then you qualify for the Pro Tour, which is like the next stage.
Okay. Okay.
And then if you got, I think if you, yeah, this one is the one that I haven't looked deeply into, but I think if you got top 32 in the Pro Tour, then you get an invite for the Worlds. Okay?
Hey, that's okay. What?
Yeah.
That's a good system. That sounds like a good system. Going to the worlds that Japan is not part of, right?
Yeah. But the only catches, basically, for the first World Tournament, there are 3 Pro Tours. Two of
Oh, so
them, yeah. Yeah, and then
there's
each Pro
only
Tour,
32. Okay.
yeah, and then each Pro Tour has 2 Grand Opens in each region, basically.
Oh,
Yeah, yeah, yeah. And then so basically the one that Ayumu joined is a Grand Open for the North America Pro Tour.
what?
Yes. So basically
They stole their one of their spots.
yeah, so basically that the one that Ayumu won, the money that Ayumu won is kind of supposed to be like the travel stipend that he was supposed to receive if the yeah, I think like basically you can kind of see it like that way. Like if you try to see it like well, if you try to compare it with other games, it's like kind of like okay, so this is basically his travel money, but we just give him all cash. So now you manage everything yourself. So
Well,
whenever you want,
I would prefer that though. I would prefer
mm-mm,
that like you get the cash and you do it.
mm-mm.
Then you at least you can somehow save money here and there, and then
Yeah,
you can pocket the money for yourself.
yeah, and then the other positive thing is, yeah, I mean like this is a very important tournament. If you win here, then you will either get like, yeah, I mean like for us content creators, then we have more kind of like validity on our contents. But
Mm.
on other side, you might be able to get like bigger prizes as well. But on the other side, like sometimes although this tournament is very important, sometimes life happens. Like yeah, like how like that one time you got into the town league, but you have to go back to
Yeah,
Malaysia. Yeah, sometimes life
yeah.
happens, right? And so I think like the positive thing about receiving just a lump sum of the travel support is yeah, then you can if you somehow cannot go to the next stage, then you can still use this money for something else.
Yeah,
Maybe
exactly.
yeah, maybe prepare for the next Grand Open for the Pro Tour that you can actually come to.
Also,
Because
that's
yeah.
confirmed, right? Because I
Mm-mm,
know in TPCI's like money thing, right?
mm-mm,
Either they arrange the flight for you,
mm-mm,
or you they give you the money and you go yourself.
mm,
But you still need to show
mm.
receipts to like show
Yeah.
that you booked the flight and booked the hotel to
Yeah,
actually
yeah,
get the
yeah.
money.
Mm-mm. Yeah, I mean like they actually give I mean like they give you the money to buy the ticket, so it's like if you don't buy it then it's like bitch, yeah, they wouldn't like it. I mean like it's the Japanese, it's a breach of contract.
Yeah. Well, it's not really there's no I don't know if it's any like real contract between the players
Mm-mm.
and not like you and you're like judging that gives you money. Wow, I
Well,
swear if Pokemon will give money for judging, right, I would judge immediately. I will just
yeah.
stop playing. I
Oh
will
my
be judging
goodness.
immediately.
But it's basically yeah, well I mean like yeah, I mean like next time I kind of wanted to play more because I mean like Saga, especially with Saga, it's still a new game, right? So it's like
Yeah.
yeah, the all the environment is really different. So I kind of wanted to play next time just to experience that like get an experience from other side of the fence. So I was like,
Hey,
I think like yeah, well, like why I was kind of like questioning myself, like why did I throw myself in front first? Like why did I judge first before I play? So now that I've judged people, now it's time for me to be judged. Yes.
yeah, I don't think I think why not? Yeah, why not? You should go and play. You know, you should show them the power of yellow. You better
Yeah.
play yellow, yeah.
Well, I guess when
You
when
have
I
to.
actually played
Oh,
yellow, so it's it's
if you
kind of
play a
awkward.
different color, right, you're not gonna win. Okay, you have to play yellow.
Yeah, I tried to play white and it didn't work out.
See,
Yeah,
exactly. Stop playing
damn,
different colors. You're only meant for one color.
damn. But I also lost today. I played against someone else with yellow, and I lost.
No.
Yeah, I went like I think in the end it's to the point that I got used to this deck that the only thing that can destroy this deck is me using this deck is a mirror match.
Oh, you lost to another yellow. That's fine then.
Yeah.
That's fine. That's fine.
Yeah. I mean, like even like I think it was supposed to be not to go against aggro decks, like especially red, because like
Mm.
like at this point all my magic can only reduce opposing spirit by 3000 BP, and then like red is like red is kind of ridiculous. It's an aggro deck, right? And then like the
Yeah.
lower, and then they attack, and then you ask like how much is your spirit's BP, and then the lowest one is 4000.
10 off. One
Yeah, it's like
one off.
yeah, I can't destroy anything. It's like, are you sure this is an aggro deck?
I feel so weird though, like hearing the numbers of size are like so
Uh-uh.
small compared to battle spirits.
Yeah. I mean, like in
Like
Battle
it's not like
Spirits, yeah.
you know,
Yeah.
hi, I'm attacking for 22,000 DP.
Uh-uh. Yeah, I guess in BS is a little bit different now that the BP is mostly we only remember them if someone actually like, yeah, I play a red magic, destroy 25,000 BP or lower, but because
Mm.
we have blue, we have because we have blue and then purple is much stronger, and then there's green that can basically just bounce everything that is exhausted. So it's like we never really cared about the status until that one in 20 matches where you actually block someone, and then when you
Ow.
block someone, you most likely like if you actually block someone, usually you play combo deck, so you kind of expect that your PP is going to be lower anyway, and then at that one moment you was like, wait, my BP is 1000 higher than your spirit.
Yay.
Oh my goodness.
One measly thousand.
Yeah. I went like Amamiya actually find that out because he played Saga. Like he made this deck that basically is specifically good against Amaterasu because like the Amaterasu boss is like all powerful, right? So basically when he attacks
Yeah.
he can just return anything. So
Yeah.
basically, he just attack on empty field, and then Amamiya just use this card that can summon itself when he is attacked.
Definitely. Oh,
And then
okay.
like because this Amaterasu dragon is usually really powerful, nobody really bothered to add any cards on that, right? So basically, he just summon both at level 1, and then it's like yeah, it won by 1000 BP. What the?
What? What?
Oh no. It is all coming back. All the
Oh my gosh.
yeah,
This
yeah.
just go just a bit away from Pokemon. Just ask the Battle Spirit Saga question. Yeah.
Mm-mm.
These like veteran Battle Spirits players,
Uh-uh.
right? Ayumu and
Yeah.
Amamiya.
Uh-uh.
Is it really that the skills are transferable so easily that they can win BXS tournaments?
I guess I mean, like if you compare it to like people who are not really experienced, then it really makes a huge difference because there's lots of sensibility in PS that you just don't get in other games if you just play casually. There's things like
Good. Like,
how much life you need to take, when you need to attack, like those kind of small things. It kind of matters. But if you play
mm,
against people who are like really good in other games, it's like it is basically they have an edge of their own, and this is your edge basically. So it is a little bit different. So it's but Like, and then I was always reminded on how mediocre I am actually in PS.
What? Since when are you mediocre? Don't talk like that, huh?
Well,
I don't allow. I don't allow this. I don't
okay,
allow
okay,
this.
okay.
You're the greatest yellow player to ever live.
I went okay, okay.
You should be the yellow guardian.
Let me try to sell my battle spirit skill for a little bit. I think as a casual player I'm really good. As a tournament player that's another story. But yeah, I get because
That's okay. That's
I
okay.
yeah
That's okay.
because
But
I
you're still yellow
also
guardian to me.
yeah, thank you very much. I mean like yeah, the guardians are casual. Guardians are just professional casual people. But
That's
yeah, I think
professional casual people. Yes.
yeah. Because I think like the moment you reach that level of competitive playing, I think it's like the word meta game actually means something.
Yeah.
Because you don't really play just, of course you have to have a good command of your deck and everything. So I guess in BS, like when I say I'm really good casual, I usually have a good enough command of my deck. I have lots of experience, blah blah. So the playing itself, I can do it. I'm pretty confident with my skill. But
Yeah.
when you go to that high level of competitiveness, there are also other things to consider, like who is your opponent, like what kind of decks that you are going to face, and what and which matchup will be disadvantageous to you. And then
Mm.
yeah, I think that is what differs me from Ayumu at this point, because at that point Ayumu is already aware. It's like, okay, so I have like this. I'm in the top 8, so there's this other 7 guys. And then actually like one of the unique thing about the Karlsruhe Grand Open is basically because the judges, like the head judges, noticed that some pro players actually do their pro player thing and they kind of like take notes on what their opponents are going to use.
Yeah.
So they were like, just okay, so there are some people who are going to have this unfair advantage. So let's just ask them all to okay. So we have all the deck list. So we are going to say to them, okay. So we are going to distribute everything. You cannot change your deck. You cannot pre-side, of course, but we
Mhm.
will show your opponent's deck anyway. So I think
Really?
that yeah. So that's actually adds another layer, right? So because you know of your opponent's deck, what can threaten you and not. Because like what Ayumu was when Ayumu was in the final, like he knows his opponent's deck, right? And then he was like, damn, like his opponent has way too many things to destroy Nexus, and then Ayumu's deck is kind of like, okay, so if he has Nexus, then he has an edge, basically.
Oh, so interesting. Like in this
Yeah.
officially that they let everyone see everyone's list.
Mm-mm.
Officially.
Yeah.
That's a good thing to point out about Pokemon as well.
Mm-mm.
So there's no like official like ruling on like on this thing.
Yep.
On TPCI regions, right?
Mm-mm.
Usually there are volunteers who collect the deck data and then they share it. They share it between themselves. Or like for example, if the player who got into top cut, right, they
Mm-mm.
was on stream,
Mm-mm.
maybe the friend will go and research on the deck on the stream there, and then try to write down the deck from there.
Yeah.
And also, so there's that. But in our region here in Asia side, right?
Mm-mm.
Nothing like that. So until the end, right? The opponent got some secret tech. It's
Mm-mm.
just like rumors going around. Oh, that guy is playing Mew in his Gardevoir deck.
Mm-mm.
How come he playing Mew? No, he's not playing Mew. He's playing two Mew. It's just like that. And, it's not
Yeah.
like we know the deck list or what. We just that from
Mm-mm.
people watching and see, lor. Then by the
Mm-mm.
finals that time, both players already like probably know what's each other's secret already, because their friend go and tell.
Mm-mm. Yeah, I think basically some people are already doing that kind of intel, so it's like, yeah, let's not give these people unfair advantage. So yeah,
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
props
yeah.
to it's props to them as well. So that also gives us some coverage, because like yeah, I think valid criticism for the Battle Spirit Saga marketing team is like they really need to up their game in other regions,
Ah,
in the
Ever
EU,
Loving.
in the Oceania. Yeah, I mean
It's
like
like very American. It's like very American centric, right?
yes, it's the only criticism that I have. It's like every time they have like all the, like they have this thing called like the, what is it? Damn, I forgot what it, I it's to the point that I kind of didn't bother remembering the event name, but it's basically where they send their staff, like or volunteers to go to shops and kind of introduce the game to people.
Okay.
Yeah, they only do this in the US, which is
What?
yeah, which is a little bit. I mean, like they. I mean, they already mobilize volunteers anyway, so it's not like it's a matter of human resource. Like it's not like they can't get this human resource in the EU, but like, yeah, why?
Yeah, no. I feel like very weird.
Yeah, and then like,
Why?
yeah, and then like, if it's like the grand open in the US, they will like announce everything, blah blah. But it's like the grand open in the EU, they will just make one tweet and we'll never hear about the EU grand open from them ever again. And yeah, it's like
So weird.
even especially like from other regions, like we have in Latin America and Oceania as well, supposedly, but it's like the EU, because I'm in the EU, so it's like, oh, okay, so I still hear like news from my neighbors at least, but it's like I mean, at least like I don't feel like I hear as much from Latin America, especially like Australia, because I was friend with one of the Australian guy. I still kind of get like news here and there, but it's like, yeah, Latin America I rarely hear it, so it's like I think probably it's going to be the other way around for them. So it's like, yeah, maybe they don't hear as much about EU.
Oh,
So
probably.
yeah, I think
But
yeah,
it is
this
being
is
sold there, right? It is being
yeah,
sold at the game. I mean.
yeah. Just why I think like I think on our on content creation side we need to up our game as well. There are actually some channels from Italy. I mean, Ayumu is trying to push his channel more. I oh damn. Damn. I am a content creator in the EU. What am I doing
Yeah,
here? Yeah.
yeah. You are the content creator. You are the influencer.
Yeah. Oh my god. I need to up my game as well. I said this to other people and then I forgot that I need to do that myself.
I think you need to do like those like skits like Pro ZD like that.
Uh, I mean I mean like yeah, Proceed is a little bit he is really inspiring to the point that I went to city like 2 hours away just to get this promo card. Like do you know like in BSS we have like a special tournament.
For Pro ZD promo
Yeah.
card.
So basically, if you join the tournament, you get the Pro CD promo card, but it is only for stores that buys the case before the game was released.
Oh
Yeah,
shoot.
yeah.
Okay.
So it is called the early adopter program, and yeah, basically they give lots of benefits to the early adopter stores, but the catch is they have to buy like a large number of cases before like the game, like before like lots of the details for the game was even announced. So it's like, yeah, they're taking the gamble. So of course they deserve some kind of prize. So yeah, that's the case.
Wow, good of you to go all the way there to support that shop.
Yeah, I mean like they have taken the fall for us. I'll just they scratch my back, I scratch theirs. A little bit.
Yeah, exactly,
But yeah,
exactly.
I mean like, but in another way, it's kind of also sad. Like I need like that special promo just to go there. But
Oh,
but on the other side, it's also really far away, so it's not really feasible for me to always go there as well. Also, that tournament is like,
but
yeah. Also, that tournament is like on Saturday 11 a.m. So it's like, no, why do you have to go
and
do this so
what to do
early?
is just wake up at 6 a.m., right?
Yeah, I think I woke up at 7. Yeah, I woke up at 7 and then
Wow.
because I need to go to the, yeah, I need to go by 9, I think, if I
Oh,
wanted to reach the store like on time.
yeah, it reminds me of the Korean guy that I was mentioning earlier. He lives in a kampong,
Mm-mm.
village in English.
Uh,
So, like, to get to Seoul, right, it's they
uh,
need to take a 2 hour bus.
mm-mm.
So
Ooh.
he wakes up in the morning to go to a tournament, then take the 2 hour bus to Seoul to play a tournament. Then you
Oh
take the
my
two
god.
hour bus back home.
Oh my god.
I know, right?
Yeah,
Life.
yeah, yeah.
The
Yeah, I
card
think
playing life.
Yeah, I think I only feel like 2 hours is really far away because I have card shops that are doing Battle Spirit Saga that are basically next to my house. Basically.
Oh yeah, I would just better
Yeah.
go there anyway. Then I
Mm.
would better just go there.
Yeah. And then they do like, I mean, like, there are 2 stores and then they are doing it on different days anyway. So basically, I just go there,
For the post
go on
shop.
one store for on Tuesday and the other store on Friday. And then, yeah,
Oh,
everybody's
can you
happy.
like can you go and can you stop like bullying people? Then you're going to collect free promo because you can always win every week, right?
No, it's not like I win every week. I only
Ah,
post when I win. But it's not like I win every time.
true, but you post
Yeah.
quite often.
Mm-mm.
Ah,
Yeah, I think
champion list.
yeah. I think it's only like a third of a third of my participation, which is, to be fair, it's
A
still quite good.
third.
Which is still quite good,
Yeah,
yeah. Which is still quite
exactly,
good.
exactly.
Yeah.
I wish I could be like a third of my own locals. And what
Uh,
the heck?
yeah, yeah.
Insane pro player.
Yeah, we have to up our game more. I mean, like, yeah, I mean, like, as we have discussed, right? I mean, like, if it's about playing, I think I am pretty confident in myself. But to get to the higher competitive level, then I think I need to improve myself on like all the meta game skills. Basically, reading the opponent, like understanding like why some opponent bring this and what to do if my opponent has the handle to my
Hey,
handle.
that sounds like a refresh step podcast idea.
Ooh, yeah, that can,
Yeah.
yeah. I mean, like,
A video that you can drag Amamiya or Ayumu into. 'Cause these guys are really next level.
mm-mm. Yeah, I think like, yeah, Amamiya is the monster because it's like basically he can, his playing skill is like so high that no
Oh
matter no
yeah.
like no matter the meta, he's like, yeah, I'll win anyway.
Yeah,
So that's why it's
somehow
like,
this guy's
yeah,
insane. I've
mm,
never seen a card player as like high level as this guy.
yeah, damn, yeah. I mean, like, he's
And he's
still
like,
there,
oh, okay,
so
BG with collab? Yeah, sure. I'll just make some collab there and beat you. No difference.
mm-mm. I
I
know,
can
right?
do it.
I know, right? Yeah, and then you know, like the funniest thing that happened to Awamiya like during the Grand Open.
No, what happened?
So like, you know, the cash prize and also the invite to the Pro Tour is given to the top
Okay.
32, right?
Okay.
Can you guess what rank is Amamiya?
33!
Yeah, you are
Ah,
correct.
bubble! Bubbles out! The
Yeah.
bubble!
Yeah, it was like the biggest like it's the biggest L that he can take that day because he also took like I think almost 12 hours train ride to Karlsruhe.
Oh my
Yeah.
gosh.
Damn. Like he
So
was like,
disappointed the bubble at 33.
yeah. I mean, like, and then in the end he was like the only guy that he's the only person that's like, yeah, I'm okay. I'm still having fun. Like, what the fuck? Like, how strong is this guy's? How strong is this guy's emotional heart, man?
Yeah, man. If I wanted to be a card game player, I actually wouldn't even look at Pokemon side. I would look at Amamiya. I want to
Uh,
be just like Amamiya.
yeah. Damn. Yeah, I say. I mean, like, yeah, he's still something that I see Amami and I always think I can improve as a person.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
Exactly.
exactly. Yeah, I
We
think
can
we.
improve.
Yeah, I think we have spoken like to the length and breadth about like how the Pokemon condition. Like, I was kind of hoping like you can share some secret for me to bully my nephew, but I guess now that he kind of graduates from grade school and kind of graduates from Pokemon as well, I'll save it for another day when he
Don't
wants to
worry.
play Pokemon again.
Wait for him to become 20 years old, right? And then
Hmm?
he'll call you.
Yeah,
Wait for him to turn 20 years old, he'll be like, hey, remember we used to play Pokemon cards?
yeah. Now and then now he graduates uni and he wants to play Pokemon uh professionally. Then I will need your help to bully him so he will go back to a traditional career because we are an Asian household. Uh, Card game should stay a hobby.
Yes, I agree with that. I agree.
Unless you can consistently win first place like Ayumu, then I will not say anything because like there's a grand open every 2 months, and then if you win every 2 months, then you basically have like Like a really healthy monthly salary.
Yeah, I say with Pokemon, if you can win the regional championships in Europe all the time, right? You can also earn money, like a couple of thousands, in fact.
Mm. Oh yeah, that's
Yeah,
that's
so
pretty nice.
if you are a really good player, then maybe you
Mm-mm.
could make it a career.
Yeah.
Who knows?
Who knows? And
I
then
think
I
it's
guess.
5K.
Mm-mm.
I'm going to check.
Ooh,
I'm
yeah.
I'm very curious to know how much is it. Let me go and check. Let's see.
Okay.
The winner win.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, 5K. You win
Ooh,
$5,000 if you get first in the regional championship.
not
If
bad.
you win the European, if you win like the international championships, right?
Mm-mm.
You earn $10,000
Mm-mm.
USD. Yeah, all this.
Mm-mm. Oh yeah, same.
Yeah, so
Yeah, because
yeah,
for
if
the
you're really a good player.
yeah.
By the way, in our region, we don't earn any money at all. Yeah, there's no money tournament.
Yep. Yeah, also Indonesia also. Like except
Yeah,
except
yeah,
they
yeah.
except it's a small organizer and they were like, yeah, we
Yeah,
don't know what else to give.
yeah. Just give money out.
Yeah,
Correct, correct, correct.
the easiest one. So basically, for Battle Spirit Saga, like the Grand Open, if you get the first place, then you get 7K
Ooh, wow.
US dollar.
Okay.
And then if you go to the Pro Tour, to have they announce the cash pricing. So the first place will get 25,000.
Holy. Okay.
Yeah. And
I
then
want to
if
play Battle Space
you
Saga now.
yeah. Yeah. You can just go to Australia and then it will be cheaper. Or you can join us
Oh,
or you can join us in August in Den Haag in the Netherlands. So if you are
they're
in the
gonna get
EU,
crashed.
yeah. If you are in the EU, the next Grand Open that is in the EU, because the next one is in the UK actually, which is not the EU, technically. Uh, but yeah, anyway, I can't go there because I need to make the visa like 3 months in advance, and it's already next month, so I can't go there.
Oh well.
Sadly, yeah. Oh well, I guess Ayumu has been pushing me to make like a long-term visa. I probably should get
Yeah,
one.
exactly. Exactly.
Yeah,
Don't you want to win money too?
I want to.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, and then the World Championship, if you won, the grand prize is 50K.
My gosh.
Yeah.
He won 50K. He should be
Yes.
buying us. He should be buying us a YouTube channel. What the?
Yeah. So basically, if you won from the Grand Open to the Pro Tour and the World Championship, then you get a total of 82K
Mm.
every year.
Wow. Wow.
Well, if you won more than one Grand Open, then you get more. But yeah, I mean like if at least you win one each, then you get 82K. In which yeah, I think 1 year 82K is already more than enough, right?
Yeah. Yeah, really.
Yeah, I mean like uh this I mean like no matter where you are, I think 1,000. I mean like I think you can if you need to go to the US twice, I think it wouldn't cost more than 2,000, right?
Yes.
Or I don't know. I mean, like I never went to the US, so I can't I can't speak for
Uh,
that.
I'm not well. My wife usually handles all the flight tickets, so yeah, I think
Mm-mm.
about 200 or 2,000 or so. But I could
Mm-mm.
fly to Japan for like 400 and back. So
Yeah,
once I go to Japan,
yeah. So yeah, you can go to the Netherlands like in August. I'll tell you the dates
sure,
later.
sure.
But yeah, I guess then since we have talked long enough, but again we are I'm an Indonesian, you are a Malaysian slash Singapore future Singaporean. So
Correct, correct.
of course we need to talk about Singaporean foods.
Right. Okay. Uh, when I first moved here, I
Uh,
really dunk on Singaporean food,
mm-mm,
but I've kind of loved some things now.
mm-mm,
Actually, quite shockingly.
yeah.
I like chicken rice here.
Mm-mm. Oh yeah, that's
Oh,
the
yeah, chicken rice here is quite good.
mm-mm.
But like I hate Singaporean bak kut teh.
Why? It's good.
No, that's pepper soup. Pepper soup meat. No, no, no. That's not. No, I swear, no. We 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 can't be friends anymore. I think after this we can't. Okay, let me tell you a story of of
Mm-mm.
pepper bak kut teh, and I mean Singapore bak kut teh and me, right? So
Mm-mm.
I just moved into Singapore. I
Mm-mm.
think it was about a month in. Then one of my good friends,
Mm-mm.
one of my best friends, also moved to Singapore together.
Mm-mm.
Like we all like, okay lah, let's start a new life here together.
Yeah.
Then he said that the Grab driver, taxi
Mm-mm.
driver, told him that there's a good bak kut teh near his house where he's
Mm-mm.
staying. I was like,
Yeah.
hey, let's go lah, go lah, go lah. Then I think it was like 11 at night.
Mm-mm.
We went and we ordered the bak kut teh, and then came out this like white color soup, which to us
Ah.
was very weird
Uh-uh.
because in Malaysia, bak kut teh is a brown color soup,
Yeah.
right? Then we're like,
Yeah.
what the heck is this? Then we eat it, like, this doesn't taste like bak kut teh. Like, it was like crowded, okay? This place
Mm-mm.
was crowded at 11 p.m. I'm
Yeah.
like, what the heck is this? And then for 1 week later, I got food poisoning.
Oh my god. So that's why.
Eh,
Uh-huh.
no. If there's any Singaporean food that I will shit on,
Uh-huh.
okay, it has to be bak kut teh. No to Singapore bak kut teh. No.
Oh my goodness.
But okay, to be really,
Uh-uh.
a lot of my good friends here have taken me to eat some really nice food
Uh-uh.
throughout Singapore. I can't really say that Singapore food is crap,
Mm-mm.
but Malaysia food is better.
Yeah.
Still better. Malaysia food is always still
Yeah.
better. But I wouldn't say that Singapore food is crap. Like when the pandemic time, stuck in Singapore, cannot go back to Malaysia. Of course, I had to I had to find something that was Malaysian.
Yeah.
I did find a decently tasting char kway teow.
Mm.
I would say I would eat it often, but not at I wouldn't say it's Malaysian level,
Mm-mm.
but okay lah. At least
Better than that.
I
Yeah.
would be glad to introduce it to someone who comes to Singapore. That's good.
Ah.
That's good.
I understand it. I mean, like after living in Europe for almost 4 years now, I will kill for chicken rice, man. I really miss ayam geprek, just like
Oh my
basically this.
god! I saw ayam geprek now. Let me
Yeah,
go and find ayam geprek. I'm sure there's one in Singapore right now.
yeah. There should
Then
be
I'm gonna take
one.
a picture of it just to annoy you. I'm gonna take a
Yeah.
picture of it.
Oh my god.
Papa Ayam, the first ayam geprek brand in Singapore.
No,
Where is this place? Now I'm gonna go find this place for lunch just to annoy you. Our
no.
slogan is hashtag geprek harder.
Oh my god, geprek harder. Yeah, please
We
geprek
are the
harder.
home of the WTF level 27 spice challenge. Oh my
Damn.
god.
Yeah, do that.
They got original sambal mata, cabe
Wah,
hijau, Indomie. Oh my god, I'm gonna go here just to annoy you now.
wah, sedap ya. Yeah, please go there. It's
My
really good.
mouth's watering now.
Yeah. Do you know like
I saw some.
yeah. Before I leave for Germany, basically like I think every other meal I am eating I am geprek. It's like it's yeah, I think like my favorite food. Yeah, I think I have other favorite foods, but my most recent favorite food is just ayam geprek. I just ate it for every two other meals, cause there's so many
Can you
variations. Yeah.
can you tell me the difference between ayam geprek and ayam penyet?
So basically, here is some geographical geographical and
Oh, the
sociological.
geographical thing. Okay.
Yeah. So basically, ayam penyet is more like kind of not really like how to say. So basically, they have like this bed of sambal, and then they put the fried chicken, which is just like
Okay.
yeah, and like the Southeast Asian fried chicken. So just they marinate it and then they just fry it. So and then they
Yeah.
basically press it a little. They don't always press it, and then like I think in East Java it's more kind of like the style of the. It's kind of like you call it like a hawker center or mama, right? And then so you just call it the penyetan. So it means that
Okay.
yeah, basically that establishment will sell you like fried stuff with sambal. But yeah, I think with geprek, I think the really really original one from Central Java is they actually like crush the chicken into the chili, and then of course as usual, this was brought to Jakarta, and then it was bastardized. So at first
Oh.
I think the very first like the ayam geprek that I ate like before it was popular, it was like they still crush everything, but now like eventually like copycats start to pops up, and then it become way too popular, and then it's like everywhere. Like I think the most recent one is basically like what Central Javanese has a problem with is actually it's basically just fried chicken and then they slathered some sambal on it and then they call it ayam geprek.
What? That's not geprek. You're not gepreking
Yeah.
it onto the sambal.
Exactly.
Lies.
Yes.
So much lies.
Yes, that's why. I feel like even Yoshinoya, like the one that mostly had this, and especially like chain stores like Yoshinoya. Yeah, even like Yoshinoya is like just rice and chicken in Indonesia, and then they just put sambal on the fried chicken. So it's like, oh,
Really?
yes.
Oh,
like,
I actually ate this other ayam geprek, so I need to send a picture of you. I realized that I was thinking, I was looking at the picture of ayam geprek and I'm like, hey, I think I've eaten this somewhere else, which was very nice. I should send a picture. And I put like sambal hijau on it. Sambal hijau, yeah.
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 Yeah, I think like the last time I actually ate ayam geprek is like some Indonesian students because there's this city called Aachen.
Okay.
In Aachen is there like lots of Indonesian students, like to the point like there's like this one Protestant church that just do their how to select their sermons in Indonesian because
Oh, really?
there's too
Okay.
many Indonesian students there. So yeah, and then one of the students were like selling ayam geprek, and then it was like I think it was like €3 per box. It was really small, but it was like the best €3 I've ever spent in Germany.
Oh gosh.
God damn it! Too bad they are not currently selling it. I mean like
Huh? They stopped?
I mean like they usually do it like on order basis, and then sometimes it's just hobby stuff. So it's like, yeah, it's not always open. Hopefully one day I can order from them again. It's pretty nice.
Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah. I mean, like the only other alternative that I have is to make it myself, and it's like, yeah. I mean, like it depends on whether I can find like at least the Thai chili, because I think sometimes they have like the small chili, but it's not the spicy kind. So it's kind of like, yeah. I mean, it tastes like sambal, but something is missing. Also because I don't have like as you know, right, like the most disgusting, but the thing that made ayam geprek so delicious is basically, like with all the small establishment, they have like this big pot with the black oil that maybe like 2,500, at least 2,500 chicken was fried there. So basically they took like a bunch of chili, they crush it, and then they put all the other ingredients, and then they splatter like this black oil from with all the chicken essence inside, and then they put it on the sambal, and then they mix it. It's like, yeah, that's why ayam geprek is so good. It's so bad for you, but it's so good.
Man.
Yeah.
Stop it, man. I feel like I need to leave this podcast now. I need to go and eat some ayam geprek. Oh my god, I'm so hungry now.
Yes, I opened this by opening your hatred to Singaporean bakute, and now I have successfully converted you to ayam geprek.
Yes, ayam geprek forever.
Yes, ayam geprek forever. Exactly. So yeah, I mean like, okay, so I guess you have introduced it on the beginning, but if people want to hear more about your story on Pokemon, where can they find you? Mm-hmm.
Right. So please find me at facebook.com/the Southern Islands. So THE the Southern Islands. You can also find me on Twitter, but I'm using my own name, I think, on Twitter. I think it's Nicholas Young 20. Yeah. Nicholas Young 20 on Twitter. But I'm mostly on Facebook and on YouTube as well. You can find the podcast, our podcast. Crap, what's the name of my podcast?
Our podcast.
Yeah. You can also find
collectivism. Yeah, it's
you can also find us on the Southern Islands. You can also find us at the Southern Islands on YouTube as well. We have our podcast, the Topical Hour GX, where we talk also at late night about focusing on the Singapore scene, but also talking about the scene in Malaysia and the Philippines as well. Plus, we also do some interviews with champions and talk about cards, like you were saying, the best Pokemon cards of 2022 and stuff like that. So you can catch me there at the Southern Islands. And you can also catch me on the official Pokemon TCG Asia channel next week. Pokemon TCG Asia English, Pokemon
Yeah.
Asia English (ENG). Catch me live. I'll be casting the Singapore National Championships.
Oh yeah, I will be looking forward to that as well.
Yeah,
Don't
you can
forget
see
to
my
send me
face
the
there.
links. Yes.
Hey, sure. Confirm I send a link and you can send me there. And people will be wondering, why is a Pokemon guy on the refresh tab? Well, I have a secret that I also play Battle Spirits
Yes.
on the side, but I
Mhm.
only play collab because I like Gundam and I like Kamen Rider. So I get trashed by all these mainline players all the time.
Yay! Wait, what? No, it's not like
There
that.
it is. It's
It's
the
not
truth.
like that.
It's the truth. I get
But yeah,
trash. I get trashed on by the mainline players. But hey, I
mhm.
love Battle Spirits and I love
Yeah,
any card game that has Gundam in it. So I will play it no matter what.
yes. So you are going to play Battle Spirit Saga as well, right? But anyway, if you
What?
want to,
Wait, what?
yeah, that's where you can find Nicholas. If you want to find me or Ayumu, as always, if you have any questions to us, you can always send it to our email at the refreshsteppodcast@gmail.com. We are waiting for your stories or questions and about life or TCG. Oh wait, it's the other way around. It's about
TCG or
TCG
live?
or life in general. Yes,
Maybe they'll send you a picture of
that's more
Ayam
like it.
Geprek.
Yeah, or yeah, if you want to send me a photo of ayam geprek in your country or in your city, then yeah, please do. I really want to see more of those beauties. But yeah,
Oh, damn.
anyway, yeah. Thank you very much everyone for listening today. That's have been everything from us. We hope that you guys had a nice week going forward, and we'll see you all in the next turn. Bye bye.
Bye bye.